Good morning, Tiny Town family. Welcome to Tiny Town Tuesday. I am Miss Brandy.
I am Miss Tasha.
And we are here with a pretty exciting story for you today. And you're probably wondering, that's not Pastor Eric. And it's not. And funny story, originally Pastor Eric was not supposed to be here today. He was supposed to be out of town at a conference. And so Miss Tasha and I had planned to do devotion together today. And then guess who walked in the building today?
Miss Pastor Eric.
Pastor Eric walked in the building, and actually my good friend Miss Caitlin, she was like, hey, I saw Eric pull up in the parking lot outside. I was like, no, you didn't. That wasn't him. He's not here. He's like in Georgia doing stuff. And then lo and behold, there was Pastor Eric. So it's all good. So Miss Tasha and I are here with you today again with another cool story. And you know, I was looking through the book of Matthew, and it is quite a busy book. There's a lot going on in this book. If you don't know, Jesus' birth was covered there. John the Baptist was introduced in the book of Matthew. Jesus got baptized. That was a pretty big deal, right?
That is a big deal.
Pretty amazing
Yes.
thing. Jesus healed people. I mean, wow. Another really amazing thing, right?
Yep.
Jesus taught about the laws. He talked about giving. He talked about money and worrying. And another big thing, he chose his disciples.
His friends.
That's right. Jesus' disciples were his friends. He spent a lot of time with them. They hung out together. They did stuff together. And our story is about something that happened to those friends. And so this is actually one of my favorite stories.
Me too.
In the Bible, and maybe even our friends too. We'll find out a little bit more about it here in a second. But have you ever experienced any scary times in your life?
So yes, so when I was a teenager, I went away to college, and it was my very first time being away from my mom. I was very attached to my mom, and so I had to go away to college and be away from my family, and I was so scared. I was so nervous. But I did pray, and I relied on Jesus, and he gave me a calming in my spirit and a calming in my soul. And I found friends at school who made it so much easier to be away from my family.
Oh my, yes. So Jesus was there. Jesus provided people to help you get through that.
Yes. What about you?
You know, I mean, I've had lots of scary times in my life, but one of the things that I'm kind of afraid of, I enjoy, but thunderstorms.
Oh, yes.
Thunderstorms kind of scare me because especially like if my husband's at work and I'm at home alone with the kids and I'm like, oh my goodness, what if the power goes out? You know, what if a tree falls down? I kind of get a little scared when thunderstorms come around. And, you know, I think not just thunderstorms, but we have all kinds of storms that could happen in our life. You know, maybe we start a new school, maybe we move to a new house and we have to meet new friends. I mean, there's just so many things that we could be scared of, right?
Yes, I agree. There's so many different scenes that go out through our life and seasons that we can be scared about.
And that's okay. We just have to remember Jesus is there for us, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So look, Jesus and his friends, they went out on a boat one day. Okay, they were out on a lake, and they had been hanging out on the boat, and I guess Jesus must have got tired. He needed a nap. So he went down below. You know, there's some sleeping quarters in the bottom underneath the top of the boat. He went to take a nap, and while he was sleeping, a storm came up.
Oh, goodness.
A thunderstorm. So I have, if I can get this going here, I have kind of what it might have looked like and what it might have sounded like when the storm came up. So let's see if we can get it going. Yes. So thunder, right? Waves crashing. Lightning.
Yes.
A lot of wind blowing, right?
Yes.
Thunder clapping. And I mean, they were out on a lake. And maybe this is something that it might have looked like for them, right? It got a little scary. So let's turn that down. There we go. So they're out on this boat and this big storm comes in and they get scared.
I would get scared.
Yeah, I mean, they're out in the middle of the water. You don't know what's going to happen, right?
Right.
Jesus is sleeping.
Yes, he just naps on through.
Can you believe that?
What in the world?
I can't. Like, if a storm comes in the middle of the night, I'm awake.
Me too.
I
It
hear
wakes
it.
me.
I hear the wind hitting the window and the rain, and it wakes me up, right?
Yes.
Let's take a look at Matthew chapter 8, verses 24 through 26 real quick, just so we can get an idea here of what was going on. And I didn't bring my glasses, but it's fine. Okay, so suddenly a terrible storm came up on the lake. The waves crashed over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him up. They said, "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." He replied, "Your faith is so small. Why are you so afraid?" Then Jesus got up and ordered the winds and the waves to stop, and it became completely calm.
Wow, that is amazing.
Listen, all he had to do was say, "Stop."
Yeah.
Now, I think, first of all, one of the things we should take away in this story is that Jesus was sleeping. All this craziness and chaos out on the lake was happening, and Jesus was sleeping. What does that tell us?
It didn't bother him.
It didn't.
It did not bother him one
It
bit.
tells us he wasn't afraid.
That's right.
Right? He knew that he could handle the storm.
That's right.
So he was calm. He remained calm, and he was at peace. It didn't bother him at all. Now, another thing that we can take away is that all Jesus had to do was speak,
Right.
and the storm stopped.
Yep.
It stopped immediately.
Yes.
Now, how amazing is that? Can you imagine if there was something crazy going on in your life and you could just step out and just say, "Stop,"
I wish.
and it stopped? I know, right? Right? The kids are all running around all
Stop!
crazy. You could just say "stop," and they would
And you
actually
just
stop.
stop.
Right?
That would be great.
But just think, if you have something crazy going on in your life, something scary, something that is just out of the norm for you, you can just ask Jesus, "Hey, I need you to make this stop."
Yeah.
And he has the power and the ability to step in and say, "Stop," and it'll stop. It may not happen immediately,
That's right.
but he's going to take care of it. Remember, our scripture tells us even the winds and the waves obey him,
Yeah.
right? In verse 27, it tells us the disciples were amazed, and they asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." Amazing.
That is amazing.
Right?
I mean, if I can only get my kids to obey me. What? Winds and waves?
I know.
What?
Tell me about it.
That's crazy.
It is
That's
crazy.
amazing.
It is so, so amazing. So what this tells us is that no matter how big or how scary a storm might be in our lives, Jesus can handle it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Jesus got it all.
That's right. Who is amazing?
Jesus is amazing.
Jesus is amazing.
Yes.
That's right. He is awesome. He is all powerful. We have seen all kinds of amazing things that he has done in the stories that we've talked about in the last few weeks. And guys, he's not done doing amazing things.
Oh, no.
He is still doing amazing things each and every day in our lives. How amazing is that?
That's amazing. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Very, very good. So, hey, before we head out today, we are going to review our memory verse. So, I hope you guys remember, this is a first for Miss Tasha. But here we go. Let's do it. Everyone who heard him was amazed. Luke 2:47.
Sorry.
It's good. We're gonna do it again because
Yes.
practice makes perfect, right? So let's
Absolutely.
try it again. Everyone who heard him was amazed. Luke 2:47. You guys have done an awesome job. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget there's a parent guide that's going to be available here in a little while. There's a craft that you can do. There's some other great resources all day long right here on the Facebook page. And don't forget to go and like and subscribe our YouTube page, guys. We've got that great YouTube channel out there. It has all of our devotions on it. It has Kidnection on it. It has our virtual worship for kids worship and Tiny Town on there. Go like, subscribe, share. We want to see you out there on YouTube. And guys, don't forget about Tiny Town Tuesday story time this evening at 7 o'clock. Again, it was great having you guys here. Miss Tasha, thanks for joining me today.
No problem. This was so much fun.
And
Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome anytime, right? Don't forget, Takeover Thursday is coming up this week, and then Pastor Eric will be back on Saturday with another great devotion. You guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.